Hi, welcome to Two Stout Guys. I'm your host, Kyle.
And I'm your co-host, Eric.
Today, we're going to drink some nice, cool drinks.
I'm going to kick this one off again today. So I'm looking at the Ommegang Brewery based out of Cooperstown, New York. Many of us have had Ommegang beers. They're pretty easy to find, especially since I think they've surged in popularity from their Game of Thrones releases. Mm-hmm. We're never going to talk about that show here, I promise. This one's kind of cool. So this one actually started out as a pale sour. It was rebranded in April of 2020. Ommegang started in 1997, just FYI. This one is pretty cool, though. So we are supposed to be looking for a deliciously sweet, subtle sour sweet, however you want to look at it. It comes in a... How do I say this? Their fermentation process is a little bit different. So they start it out in copper vats, and then they age it in stainless steel. And basically what happens is they basically have a revolving door of new batches and old batches that their master mixologists or brewery personnel are constantly mixing to achieve the perfect profile. So this one's pretty cool. And that being said, this one is actually based out of Leafmans in Belgium, who is their master blender.
Ooh, nice.
So this one's very fancy. I hope everybody remembers some of that. It's cool beer. I'm excited for it.
Well, if they can't remember, they can just hit rewind and listen to you all over again.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to do that.
I will.
Ooh, it's got a nice crack.
That was definitely a nice crack.
Let's see what it looks like. It is super light.
Wow, that is really pale.
Which I like. It's very nice looking.
Ooh. You know what? It's pale, and it doesn't have that golden tint that you get out of like a lot of lagers and everything. So it definitely differentiates itself.
Yeah, I don't recall ever drinking a beer that looks quite like this. It looks a bit cidery.
Yeah, or even the mead from our first two episodes. So
it smells like it's going to be refreshing.
It almost smells like a cider on that sweeter side of things. Yeah, it smells like a really, really sweet cider.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
That is interesting.
I like that a lot.
Wow.
But it's not like anything I've ever had.
You know what? To me, it starts out kind of like a sweet cider. Not as dry, though. And then it kind of has a slight sour ting to it at the end, which actually really complements it. It's like, ooh, that's really... Oh, hey.
Yeah, this one, I understand the process. There are a lot of different machines and hands and minds in this beer, and they all show. Mm-hmm. I think that this is probably a very, very unique blend that you are not going to find outside of Ommegang.
No, yeah, and like I know I said it's like a cider, but it's not a cider at all. That's the closest thing I can compare it to. It doesn't
really drink like a beer. It does drink more like a cider. It definitely tastes more like a cider.
But it's nice and light.
Super light.
Very light. Like even in the flavor department, it's on the lighter side of things. So like it matches its color.
And it is. It
matches its smell.
And I think there is definitely a sweet and sour combination in here.
Mm-hmm. So light on the bubbles, light on the flavor, light on the smell, light on the taste, light on the tongue. But you're still getting that flavor, though. I mean, it's still there. And it is a sweet and sour at the same time kind of coating, and then just leaves you with a ting of sour at the end.
Yeah, the only thing that I wish I was able to decipher a flavor to give to you guys.
The closest we can come up to is an apple-y cider flavor.
Yeah. I'm digging.
You know what? It's like a light sour apple.
Yeah, I would say that. It is. If I were to throw a flavor out there, it would be like a Granny Smith. Mm-hmm. A light Granny Smith.
A light Granny Smith. 'Cause, like, yeah. Huh. Well, we're going to let that sit, and maybe temperature and everything will change the flavor profile. Maybe our tongues will change. Hey, maybe we'll grow some taste.
Yeah, and before we leave, real quick, this beer is at 6.9%. So.
Oh, yeah. Forgot to say that.
It's very light, but it's going to be good for you.
Blended to perfection, Solera sparkles in the glass. Yes, I would say that. With a taste that's gently tart, delicately sweet, and completely refreshing. And
All true.
All true. And that's exactly what I was trying to say, but more eloquently.
Yeah, well, they pay people to do that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's revisit this in a minute.
Yep. So what took 10 minutes for us took, what, half a second for you?
Yeah.
So during that time, we discussed it, and this is just a really great summer sipping lounging drink.
Yeah, you and I were talking. This is absolutely not a beer that we're trying to drink in the winter of New England, but it's amazing. Like, here we are. It's in front of us. We're drinking it. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's delicious, and we're gonna keep drinking it. Mm-hmm. But
so let's see how it tastes now. You know, I almost want to take it in bigger gulps. You get a little bit more sour with it.
Yeah, I went a little bit bigger myself, and I agree.
Which isn't a bad thing at all. It's just really, really, really light on the sour. Like, we did that on Karmic Daru pumpkin sour, and we were just like, oh, this is a really light sour. This is even lighter than that as a sour.
But I think that the sour element is more refined in this beer. It's just really good. It's got that sour fermentation that you want, that I think all sour fans like. It's not a mouth-puckering sour.
Because the sweetness definitely smooths out the sour. Like, there's no rough edges on this sour, taste-wise.
No, this is... I feel like I shouldn't drink this. I feel like this beer is classier than myself.
Maybe we needed bigger fluted glasses and just like a...
Yeah, I feel good about myself drinking this beer.
Yeah. You go to the barbecue, you bring this, you're the talk of the town.
Absolutely.
No one's ever going to beat you. But, yeah. Oh, really smooth.
Really good.
I got more sweetness on that.
Actually, I think I got a little bit more sour on the back end. But I'm totally fine with it.
Mm-hmm. You can drink it like this. I don't think I would. I think I would sip on it because you get that perfect, to me, balance of sweet and sour. Bigger sips, I got more sour. The gulp there, I got more sweetness. So yeah, a nice summer sipping drink.
Absolutely. Yeah, bring it with you everywhere.
We're going to be trying this. It's a chai milk stout Nitro out of Left Hand Brewing Company. So we did another one of their beers. It was a white stout a little while ago. So if you want to hear about Left Hand Brewing, you can go watch that one. They're out of Colorado. Now, this might be the lowest stout we've tried at 5%. So it's a little disheartening, but
it's in a tall boy, which is...
It's a pint, so it's good. Super smooth milk stout Nitro with aromatic spices, and it's a chai milk stout. So I mean, this should have that nice chai spice to it, like for flavor wise. And of course, it's a Nitro, so actually probably the weakest Nitro we've cracked on the show.
But it still sounded good.
Oh, still
all
better.
Nitros sound good, and all Nitros seem to be pretty good. So,
ooh, definitely a coffee creamier color coming out.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love chai tea. I know you're a big fan of chai.
Yep. You know what? This is actually an even slower cascading effect than the slowest cascading effect that we did a couple episodes ago.
A historical cascade?
Yes, actually, and there it is. And even though it started nice and milky, creamy as you poured it, it came out like a black stout and got a nice little head on it.
Yeah, you're right. I actually quite like that. I would like to do a time lapse of this beer. I think that would be really pretty.
In a bigger glass?
Yeah.
There was a tap on the window. I think it was a bird.
And I really love the picturesque.
I mean, it is picturesque. The way it poured, the way it sits, that white foam on top. Like, most of the stouts we've had the brown foam, the creamy foam. No, that is white.
Yeah.
That is pretty white. Not eggshell.
And it's sitting there perfectly.
Yeah, and you actually poured it well.
You know,
Another thing.
I've tried.
You know, we're trying to keep these under 10 minutes.
All right, well, let's. Oh, my chai.
Oh,
Ooh, chai.
that is really creamy to drink, mouthfeel wise.
Yeah, sorry if you have a mustache.
Well, that's just nitros in general. But no, really creamy. You know what? It doesn't drink like a stout at all, though. It's definitely creamier. I don't get the thickness of a stout, so it's kind of on the, I hate to say it, watery side of stouts.
But that foam.
Yeah.
You get the foam in every single sip, and it's just a really big, foamy, creamy mouthfeel.
Mm-hmm. And then you get that nice chai, spicy sweetness. You know, it's almost like, what do they do? The coffee where they whip up the milk and a latte.
The froth, yeah.
Yeah, they froth it. That's what it is like. It's like a frothy chai. I'm not getting any stout flavor in it.
I think I do. I think you've got to dig for it. It's an underlying flavor. It's very creamy, like you said. I think you do get the chai a lot. And then the aftertaste is a bit stouty.
Okay. I got a little bit of stout, and then it's really quick. Just the chai comes through. And then, yeah, left with a little bit of evaporating stout.
I would like to see more. This is what I love about Left Hand Brewing, is that they do good flavor combinations with likely pairings.
But we're going to let it sit for a little bit, and we'll be right back. All right, so after, 20 minutes of talking about random stuff, kind of a little bit more stout now that it warmed up, but still that nice creamy chai flavor.
I was going to agree with you on that, too. I think you lose a little bit more of that chai flavor, and you get a little bit more stouty.
Now it's about room temperature, I would say.
As it gets a little bit warmer.
But it's still good. I still really, really, really enjoy this. This is a really good one.
But the chai milk stout is very good. What I do like about it is that it is very chai forward.
Yeah, very flavorful. Very chai forward, as you said. And again, great for breakfast.
Yeah.
So, with that, everything is down in the description. Links, all that fun jazz. We didn't say that last week. We apologize, but those links in the description and everything.
They're always there.
They're always there. Ours, all the breweries. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Cheers.
Ooh.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, whiskey in a jar, take away my sorrow. I'm done with her rest.